Now we move to our panel presentation. Next, we have Dr. Donald Asci, Professor of Moral Theology.
In Familiaris Consortio, Pope St. John Paul II describes bearing witness to the inestimable value of the indissolubility and fidelity of marriage as one of the most precious and urgent tasks of Christian in our time. While it primarily reconfirms the good news of the definite nature of conjugal love that has Christ as its foundation and strength, Catholic teaching on the indissolubility of marriage also includes the explicit recognition of the immorality of divorce itself, even apart from the compounding evil of civil remarriage after divorce. However, as recent discussions of the indissolubility of marriage surrounding the Synod have suggested, few seem to find exploring the evil of divorce in itself to be an important topic, much less an urgent task, with our focus instead being shifted to the cases of those who compound the evil of divorce with a civil remarriage and their situation regarding Eucharistic communion. I propose that we redouble our efforts to address divorce as a grave offense against the dignity of the human person by approaching the question through the spousal meaning of the body articulated in St. John Paul II's Theology of the Body. Viewing divorce from the perspective of the spousal meaning of the body makes the evil of divorce more clearly an affront to the intrinsic value of the person and shows it to be a type of consumerism in the marital sphere, which in turn likens divorce to the evil of euthanasia, insofar as divorce can become a way of ridding oneself of a person by a rationally justified affront to the dignity of that person. I also propose that we need to examine more carefully how divorce can, in many cases, be a form of despair, especially despair in the face of suffering or a despair over the possibility of reconciliation, which would set divorce against the sacramental character of marriage and the grace that God provides to those in marriage. Finally, I would propose that by failing to address the evils of divorce clearly and adamantly, Catholics may well be undercutting our attempts to defend the dignity of the human person in other situations. And we are certainly undercutting our attempts to foster Christian hope in general and in the sexual sphere specifically. In sum, then, we need to make recognizing the indissolubility of marriage and the evil of divorce a prominent feature of our Catholic faith and identity, something along the lines of the way in which we are pro-life and in the ways in which we speak out against the recognition of same-sex unions, precisely because the gospel requires us to defend the dignity of the human person and to foster hope among ourselves and the world around us.
Thank you, Dr. Asci.